Hello, thanks for joining me, astrologer Patrick Arundell, for your astrological overview for week commencing the 15th of September. Late last week, Mars moved its way into the sign of Sagittarius. The ruler of Sagittarius is Jupiter, and also the first 10 degrees of the sign, or the first decan of 3, is also governed by this planet. So it's an opportunity to be much more enthusiastic and go-getting, particularly around travel, sport, higher education, or even philosophy. But there is a bit of a glitch by the end of this week because Mars starts to tangle up with the rather dreamy influence of Neptune, which is in Pisces, its ruler. And when the two really do contact in this kind of way, it can lead to deception, confusion, lack of motivation, even a sense of absolute exhaustion. So we just need to be prepared that although Mars can prime us up, it's not going to be a panacea in terms of neat energy. Now the Sun and Venus continue in the sign of Virgo. Now Virgo symbolically is very much to do with purity and being of service, helping. It's also linked to health and food. So any of these areas can come under your personal audit, and you may decide to revise some of the things that you're doing. Now Venus happens to be the planet of love, of course, and in this area it's about enablement around relationships in some kind of not so sexy way, but working cooperatively to make things better. But it does make two very productive links this week. Firstly, with Pluto in the first half of the week. This suggests that if there is one person in your world that means a great deal to you, you're going to be able to really feel that emotion, feel that affection in a much stronger way across these 3 days. In the latter part of the week, well, Venus is combining with Saturn. Now Saturn can often be something of a destructive influence, but in this relationship it suggests that those ties that are stable and are growing can become even more so, which in itself can feel very reassuring. On Tuesday, however, there is a quarter moon in the sign of Gemini. Now this quarter moon suggests that there may be some ideas floating around, but it's all about getting them into a more ordered format, which is what Virgo is demanding. So try not to achieve too much or think about too much this week, because you may actually end up achieving very little. And if you pace yourself on something that's reasonable and realistic, you can get a lot done. Now there is also the continuing sparkling alliance between Uranus in Aries and Jupiter in Leo. This is gorgeous, and as I flagged up last week, can be amazing for technology breakthroughs. But in our own personal situation, it can be an opportunity to do things outside our normal comfort zone, to be a little bit more attuned to new ideas. Not necessarily just to do with technology, but about life in general. And that could also mean engaging with people who in the past we wouldn't have perhaps clicked with, and you may be pleasantly surprised if you do. As the week draws to a close, that angle between Mars and Neptune really becomes the more dominant influence on the heavens. Unfortunately, if you're buying or selling anything towards the end of the week, do really keep your wits about you, because unfortunately this particular aspect can lead to neat deception, even self-delusion. So you just need to be mindful of your motives just as much as I will about mine. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Good luck and goodbye for now.